Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to be taking a look at a Braun face epilator. This tool is the Braun face, and this model that I have is type 5365, and this device is made in China. I purchased this device for about $60 at a Walmart here in Canada, and I checked online and you can get it for approximately that same range of price on Amazon as well. When you purchase the device, you get a bag, and inside the bag you get the device itself, and it comes with a cap. It comes with a battery, which is awesome. You also get a face scrubber, kind of like a Clarisonic brush. It also comes with a brush for cleaning the device, and also a lighted mirror. You guys can't really see because it's kind of bright in here. The bag is a nice size. It's kind of like a makeup bag, nothing too special. The device itself looks a little strange. You take off the cap, and that is the epilator head. And the epilator head spins in two different directions. It is a nice size, it's comfortable to hold, and yeah, it is a small tipped brush, which is what you want for getting around areas of your face. If you feel like using the face cleanser brush, you can simply remove the epilator head. It just pulls off. And then you can just attach the brush head. And again, the brush head kind of moves in two directions as well. It doesn't actually fully rotate, it looks like it just kind of shifts back and forth. The epilator head has 10 what they call micro openings that gently capture even the finest hairs down to 0.02 millimeters is the claim. It also claims that the sleek and compact design of the Braun face lets you handle it like a mascara for absolute control and precision. It removes hairs from the root for up to 4 weeks of hair-free skin. And with 20,000 plucking motions per minute, it is much more thorough and considerably faster than a manual tweezer, which, I'm gonna agree with. The device is 100% waterproof if you are using it in the shower, if you're cleansing at the sink or whatever, it's no big deal. The face cleansing tool is a cool add-on. It's not what I bought the device for. It's not something that I'm gonna normally be using. I just wanna quickly test to see if it pulls your hair. But yeah, no, it just kind of pulsates back and forth, and it does feel really gentle on the skin. I think if you're looking for a cheap Clarisonic alternative, this might be a good option. I personally have had my device for, I bought it this summer. The batteries just come out the bottom. I personally have not changed the battery since purchasing the device, so using it maybe weekly as an epilator, it's lasted a really long time. Although maybe it sounds like the battery's starting to die, so let me just quickly swap out the battery so that I definitely have a fresh battery in there. Yeah, that definitely sounds a lot stronger. So let's get up in my face and start removing some hair. I don't know if you guys can see anything here. My face hair tends to be, I'm pretty blessed, pretty light. Occasionally I get 1 or 2 really thick black hairs that stick out like a sore thumb. And again on my chin, it's generally pretty fine, but I also have 1 or 2 really thick hairs just at the very bottom of my chin, which makes it hard for me to see, and sometimes 1 or 2 on my neck as well. So I guess that's just the joy of getting older. So I'm gonna use my light up mirror here. So now you can see when I use the device, I'm gonna use it so that it's pulling in the same direction that the hair is growing. My mustache hair is growing down, so I'm going to make sure the thing is rotating kind of down and grabbing the hair as it naturally would, not ripping it upwards. Alright, and you can see it's pulled out a lot of hairs just from that one area. I can still feel a couple stubborn hairs left. I feel like this tool could be a little bit more powerful. With those few extra hairs that were left, I actually ended up flipping the brush so it's pulling them the opposite direction to kind of brush them up and really rip them off so the tool can grip it. But it might hurt a little bit more than doing it the same direction way. Oh. And there's the other side of my mustache down. As you can see, I don't have a ton of redness, at least I don't think I do in camera. guess in real life there is a couple little like areas where it's kind of red. But they do recommend you do this at night so that you can sleep overnight so that the redness can go down while you're sleeping. You don't want to do this right before you put your makeup on. They do say you can use it up between your eyebrows. Personally, I don't get a lot of hair up there, so I'm not going to do that today. But my other big problem area is my chin, so let's move down to my chin. I think I got them all. My neck hair gets so long. I'm just gonna pluck it. Like, why does my neck do that? What the heck? You know you're bald when the device stops like inflicting pain on you. When there's no more pain, it's not pulling on anything, so you're good at that point. And finally, to clean the device once you're done using it, you can just pull off the epilator head. And I like to just fill up a little bowl or shot glass with some rubbing alcohol. They recommend 70%, and then you can just dip the head in the alcohol and then let it completely dry before you put it back onto the machine, and then you're ready to go for it next time. So that is my look at the Braun face. What would I give it out of 5? I feel like, you guys know on my body, I love to use my Emoji Imagine Epilator. This thing has like 72 heads to tweeze, and it just goes like crazy. It gets every hair, and it's not battery powered, so it has a lot of power every single time you use it, and it gets the job done. It gets the job done really well. I have a whole video on this guy up here. So for a little while there, I was trying to use it on my face. We're talking like maybe a year or two ago. The major problem I had using that epilator on my face was that it would just break me out, even though I would disinfect it between uses. So I really wanted to have a dedicated face epilator. In terms of power, obviously, this thing does not compete with my EmiJoy, and I would easily sacrifice portability to have it plugged in. For a tiny little device like that, that might be silly, but like, I don't mess around with my hair removal. I know it's going to be painful. I just want to get it over and done with as quickly as I can. So I really don't like the fact that it only takes one AA. I wish it could just plug into the wall and away you go. That being said, it does a good job, and when you have a fresh battery, it is pretty powerful. Maybe even invest in some rechargeable batteries just so that every time you use it, you're getting max power. If it's a little weaker, it's gonna have a harder time grabbing your hairs and pulling them out, or it'll just be slower. Occasionally when I'm doing my mustache, I will notice like 1 or 2 really thick black hairs, and it seems to take a little while to pick it up. But eventually, if you just keep like working it around and then try rotating in the other direction, eventually it will pick up the hair. You might just have to be a little patient for it to like get the job done. I don't really have any other problems with it aside from the fact that it's kind of expensive. I do go get my brows waxed at the mall. So when I get my brows waxed, they often ask me if I want to do my upper lip as well. And that ends up being like an extra $5. I would have to basically use my epilator 12 times to kind of make up for that loss. And I haven't had the device for a year yet. It's only been about 6 months, but it's still going strong. I'm gonna at least get a year's worth of hair removal on the device. And if it's anything like my EmiJoy, it'll last for years and years. And when it finally does die, I will have no problems replacing it because it's so convenient. I'm gonna give the device a 3.5 out of 5. I wish it had more power. I wish I could give it a 4, but it's just not quite there. I wish I had more tweezer heads. I wish it was a little bit quicker. I wish it was a little bit more painless. That's not necessarily the device's fault though. That's just the nature of epilating. And I think that if you don't like waxing, you don't like manual tweezing, I think this is a really, really great alternative for that specific person. So to you, I would absolutely recommend this device. If you don't mind going and getting the wax when you get your eyebrows done or whatever, then maybe skip this guy. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you guys do for face hair removal, and if you haven't checked my epilator for bodies, definitely check that review out here. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you give me a thumbs up and subscribe down below for more videos from me. Thank you so much to my patrons who make videos like these possible. If you want to become a patron, there's a link in the end cards coming up in a minute. Aside from that, you guys, I will see you all tomorrow in my next beauty video. Bye!